I don't need to hear this, but somebody does. God can still use you. You're not too broken for God to use you. Look what happened in the Bible. For the scriptures say, Samson, who let lust destroy him in Delilah, he was broken. He was tied to pillars by the Philistines. He was tied to pillars. But in that last second, he cried out to God in his brokenness, and God used him. So you're not too broken for God to use you. You're not too far for God to save you and bring you to himself. Look at Paul, who used to be called Saul. If you start going around the world today, you see how Christians are being persecuted. Paul was much worse than this. Paul used to persecute Christians, one man, thousands of Christians, until God encountered him. And Saul, who we all know as a persecutor of Christians, became Paul, one of the most important figures in the whole Bible. But God drew him to himself. So no matter what you're going through, you're not too far. You're not too far for God to you're not too far for God to use you. You're not too small for God to use you. Look at David, a shepherd, son of Jesse, a shepherd boy who always looked after the sheep. But even though he was a shepherd, he still had that God in him. God was still with him. That he killed a lion, he killed a pig. Then now when circumstances changed, they came towards him with a giant, because he was still a small boy, small shepherd boy. But God was with him. He said, you come against me with spears and arrows. I come against you in the name of the God of Israel, the God of the troop of Israel. And God used David to take down Goliath. So I don't know who I'm talking to. We need to understand that there is more than that word Goliath. Goliath is not a person. We're not only a person. It's a spiritual thing that goes on. When you feel like you're living life and there's a Goliath that is stopping you from your breakthrough. Like God has put into you a David to sit down the Goliath in prayer. There are strongholds that need to be broken in your life. Pray your way out. For the God of the 11th hour is still at work. So no matter that prayer you have prayed out to God, that those tears you have laid on the throne of God, but you still pray, you still seek God in the quiet side. God will always be with you. Just like how God was with Daniel in the lion's pit, God is still with you till today. God will make a way for you. You're not too far for God to save you. You're not too broken for God to use you. Look what happened in the Bible.